Turn the mic on. Truth in the building. No filters. No politics. No apologies. Dr. Ken, let's go. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fade. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Came from the bottom when survival was a law. Learn real quick what respect really costs. Everybody got opinions from afar, but they ain't never had to carry those scars. Built from pressure, discipline, pain. Some lose focus, some lose aim. Some sell souls just to chase that fame. I build my brick by brick, no shame. See the world get weak when it need a moment. Too many followers pretending they friends. Too many loudmouths scared to defend any real conviction when the pressure set in. But I stand on business, stand on code, stand on truth when the lies explode. Some fold up when the road gets cold. Some become legends when the story gets told. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground breaks. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken is on.
Truth don't sleep.
Frank. Candid.
Straight to the point.
If nobody else gon' say it, I will. Yeah. Mic check, truth coming live again. Built for the storm, I don't hide from wind. Everybody tough when the lights are bright. Different story when it's dark outside at 10. I done seen pride make kings collapse. Seen weak minds get trapped in traps. Seen good people never fight back. Seen fake leaders disappear too fast. So I speak for the workers, speak for the tired, speak for the people still trying to climb higher. Speak for the ones still building through fire, trying to lead this world better than prior. And if the truth hurt, let it hurt a little. Growth don't happen staying safe in the middle. Either build your life or become a riddle. Either move the crowd or get played like fiddle. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Frank Candid.
Straight to the point, to the point.
Good day and welcome. Dr. Ken Harris with you here. So tell me right now, how do I sound? I've been playing with the sound, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Sometimes it's in, sometimes it's not. So I'm just trying to work with it. Let me see who's up in here. Hey, what's up? SC, what's going on? Todd, good afternoon. Kathleen, hey, what's going on? Let me see who else is up in here. Babar, wow, you made it. You made it. What's up, Babar? Lucretia, Curly Q, of course. Jasmine, good to see you. SC said I'm muffled. So I've been trying different ways, different microphones, different. I'm gonna try one more thing while I'm sitting here because I love live radio. Don't you love live internet? Just try and see what can happen. See what goes on. I'm gonna try. So we're gonna do this live, right? Did I light up? No, I didn't. Oh, I got one more thing I gotta do. Don't go anywhere. You should still be able to hear me anyway. So we're gonna still try. All right. So somebody said I was muffled. So let me try to, let me see if I can do this. All right. Let me try this. Put my microphone in and see. How's that? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that clearer? Is that better? Somebody said much better. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Curly Q, you're gonna make me do it, right? So much better. All right. So I'm gonna just sit here and do that, and I will use this microphone from now on. Now I gotta do something. There. Got to do something to hold it down because it's one of them microphones that keeps riding up and keeps moving up. So how's that? Much better? All right. Sounds much better. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for being here today. We're going to be talking about Money this week. Different parts about money, different things about money, different things about it. But I want you to think about something. Kwanda says she got her mug today. So how do you like it? How do you like it? Somebody give me a comment and let me know how you like the mug. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Hit me and see whether or not you like it. Of course, tell all your friends. If you want Truth Swag, that's how we support the show. So just go into some Truth Swag. I'm gonna be throwing in some extra stuff too. I think I'm gonna open up some more stores. I think I'm gonna open up some stores and sell mugs and t-shirts and hats and all sorts of stuff. So you left your review. Good. Thank you so much. Curly Q said, oh, I got a show idea. Let me send it through email. That's drkenstruth@gmail.com. So, I check that maybe once or twice a day. And sometimes I just check it live while I'm here because, sometimes y'all feel like y'all want to just text me and do things. Let me turn my phone off so it don't ring on the air because, sometimes y'all be calling and texting people and doing all sorts of stuff. Let me check that email and see. There's one email. Hey, what's up? And then $30. We'll talk about that today. Thank you, Todd. I got your email. So, we gonna do that. But can you imagine what would happen if a Black family of 3? At first I wanted to make it the whole community and the whole this and the whole that, and that's a lot. Hey, what's up, Sir Chance? But I wanted to. I just got distracted because Kwanda and Lucretia started their bestie thing, so you know how that goes. Anyway, what would happen if a Black family of 3 just randomly got rid of all their debt? Let me tell you what doesn't happen first, because we always like to talk about one side and everything is positive, but you don't suddenly become rich. You don't automatically move into a new house. You don't burn up that excess by buying other stuff. You don't automatically drive a luxury car, but you get your future back. Think about that. Debt is not just a financial issue, it's a freedom issue. Every dollar you give to somebody else is a dollar that can't work for you. It can't work for your children. It can't work for generations to come. Think about the average Black family of 3. Just a husband, wife, and kid. That's it. Or maybe a single parent and 2 children. Every month, money leaves the household before the family gets a chance to decide what to do with it. You got mortgage, rent, car, credit cards, and those other terrible things are coming back. Buy now, pay later. School loans, that's coming in June. We talked about that yesterday. And sometimes payments on stuff you don't even remember buying. I tend to buy little things incrementally, and then all of a sudden I look up and boom. Think about going through that month after month, year after year. Now, imagine the same family wakes up one morning and they don't have any debt. Gone. No credit cards, no personal loan, no school loans, no furniture payments, no car note, no house note, nothing. What happens? Well, we'll talk about that. But first, you got to breathe. Financial stress is the leading cause of anxiety, sleepless nights, relationship conflicts. When debt disappears, stress disappears, pressure disappears. Think about asking your question, what are we going to do next? Because the car broke down, to what should we do next? That's a completely different conversation. Now, also, it creates wealth building capacity. You now have room. Let's say you were paying $1,000 toward debt. That's $12,000 a year. Without that debt, you can invest that $1,000. Fund up. Roth, and of course, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just giving more so education. Not more so education. I'm just giving education, things I've learned. Fund a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, emergency fund, index funds like we talked about, start a business, pay for college. Money didn't change. The direction that you're sending it changes. And so instead of making somebody else wealthy, make your family wealthy. You also become more resilient. Life can happen. Cars are going to break down. People are going to lose their job. Medical bills, Lord, I know, are going to appear. Families with heavy debt, when an emergency comes, you're done. If you don't have debt, you have options. And options equal power. So when you're not buried in a monthly payment, a crisis becomes an inconvenience rather than a catastrophe. Fourth, your kids notice. Now, children, we don't do a really good job in our schools of teaching that simple thing called interest rates. They don't understand credit scores and credit cards, but they understand stress. They hear mommy and daddy or mommy or daddy arguing with somebody. They feel tension. They see worry on your face. When you get rid of debt, children often experience something they can't put in words. You know what that is? Quiet, peace. And when they grow up watching financial behavior that's responsible, they simply repeat it. That's how generational wealth begins, not with $1 million, but with 1 million habits. Fifth, and finally, and it's probably more important, the family gains the ability to dream again. You don't have to think about short-term anything. You don't think about how you got to make a payment. You don't think about how to get through the month. You don't have to survive, or let me see, it's the 15th. I got to wait till the last day of the month to get paid. But freedom allows people to think 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead. What kind of future do you want? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? What opportunities can we create for children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren? If you have debt, it shrinks your vision of what you can dream about. No debt or freedom expands it. Now, the goal really isn't to be debt-free. It's to be financially independent. Getting rid of debt is not the finish line, it's the starting line. Once the debt is gone, that's when you got to start working. You got to start saving, you got to start building, you got to start investing, you got to start owning. You have to start creating opportunities that didn't exist before. So think about it. A Black family of 3 that eliminates debt isn't just improving its balance sheet, it's changing the trajectory of the family. From survival to stability, from stability to growth, and from growth to legacy. Now, that's my view, candid, frank, straight to the point. Just that's what I thought. So at some point, we have to look at these things and we have to deal with it. Today, we're going to be talking about debt, D-E-B-T, that bad stuff. But I'm going to throw the poll in now. I'm going to put it in and ask you, what would you do with your extra cash flow? Because I know it's coming. I know some of you all got debt and you're not thinking about it. Bills and letters come in the mail and you just kind of put it in a drawer and forget about it. I'll tell you a funny story before I take a break. I told my daughter, she said, what's the one thing that she needs to know before she goes to college? And the one thing I told her she needs to know is that whatever mail you get, open it. And she said, why? I said, because it can be a surprise. It could be something that's waiting for you and you don't know, and you missed the time because you didn't open up your mail. Because, bad things come in the mail, like bills, eviction notices, crap like that, right? So she opened up her mail and she found a check for like $1,800, a refund that she had overpaid her tuition. We were moving her out of the dorm. It was the last day of school. She's about to transfer schools, and she's got this mail piled up in her drawer. I'm like, what is this? And she opens it, and there's the check. The weird part, the check expired in like 3 days. So we had to run to the credit union, deposit the check so she could get her money back. And then, being smart, she used it to then pay down her school loan, which now she has none. But think about that. We avoid things, and avoidance can also cause debt. Avoiding paying your power bill, your water bill, your taxes piles up with interest. And in the long run, it can end up costing you more. So we're going to dive into that in a few. I think I'm going to start the poll. What would you do with your extra cash? And then I'll check the YouTube chat, and we will be right back. Can you hear it? Can y'all hear music? Guess not. Let's see, what am I doing? I must be doing something. We can hear music in here. Well, I can't hear music. Oh, that's because I've got this microphone in. So when I've got this microphone in, I can't hear. So let me do this. Let me check again and see. And I'm gonna let y'all. All right, there we go. All right. Let me see if I can put my headphones on and we can do. I told you it's live. All right, let's see this again. Let me see if I can do it again. Nope. I hear it. I just can't hear myself. So we'll be right back. All right, you know who is back. You're listening and watching Dr. Ken's Truth. So our topic today is actually debt. How's that going to work? How's debt going to work? Let me see if I can get my screen up. How's debt going to work? So I'm going to talk about 3 of the most important ways to get rid of all your debt, all of your personal debt. But before I do that, let me go back through the. Oh, there's Quanda hollered at me for being distracted. Babar said, let me go back. Hey, what's up? I said hello to Sir Chance. See, Jasmine is here. Todd said, when you get jammed up financially, you realize how much stuff you don't need. Yeah, you do. Most definitely. Babar said, things you don't need. Netflix, cable, streaming services, smart water, Jordans, and Stanley Cups. That's you, Babar. Some of them things I need. But what you can do is if you have a budget, and we'll talk about that. We'll go through budgeting tomorrow. But if you got a budget, all you have to do is know what you're going to do with your money. Like if you know you got $250 a month, you need to squeeze all that stuff in. If you want to spend $100 a month on streaming, some of it you can choose, some of it you can't. There are other products that I'm not going to push, but there are other products you can get that'll give you access to anything all over the world that you can watch. So, but we'll talk about that via email. I'm not going to put that out there. Quanda said, Miles said to Quanda, all is well. The new job is just not as relaxed as the old. That is why I have been MIA. Besides that, all is well. I hope you, my brother, and all that. Okay. All right. Hey, Willie, what's going on? Not really a city girl. But then y'all start talking to each other and y'all just forget about me because I'm nobody. I heard. And then Curly Q said, we can hear music and you. So hopefully I got that fixed. Hopefully I got that adjusted. Jasmine said, I would invest, just don't fully understand it and save. I talked about that yesterday. So if you go through my show on yesterday, you'll see what I did education-wise, what I did in order to invest. And it was basic, it was simple, and you can track it every day. But take the poll. Check out the poll. The poll is, what would you do with your extra cash? So I should have put the thing in there, not spend it. Yep. Quanda said, duh, this is a boomer moment. It sure is. You must be a Zoomer. Anyway, I know you're not. Oh, y'all bad. You all are bad. Quanda said, why you want to hear yourself, just continue to do it the way until you figure it out. It's okay. This is just the beginning. Yes, ma'am. Told me. And before you ask why it is a boomer moment, or what we talk about is you want to hear yourself through the music and mic. Yes, I do, because that's what we do. You know, it's called mixing music and having the music low enough to. Anyway, why am I talking to Quanda? She's an RN. She don't do. Miles say 15% travel, 30% invest, 0.5% donate. What? Wow, I guess you don't care about people. Wow. RN Kawanda called me childish and petty Freddy. Wow, you know me so well. Anyway, Sincere say, thanks for the mugs, Ken. You're very welcome. Kwanda's not welcome, but you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So this thing we call debt. So 3 of the most important and effective ways to eliminate it. Number 1, you have to increase your income and apply every extra dollar to debt. It disappears when you create a larger gap between what you earn and what you spend. Now that's going to take behavior. You can accelerate it by just simply getting a second job. That's the quickest, that's the fastest way. Something you know, something that's a skill that you can monetize. Freelancing, teaching, speaking, writing, selling products like I do on my site that's pinned in the YouTube chat, all that. Why does it work? Because if you only cut on focusing, if you only focus on expenses, if you increase your income, it produces a much larger result. Does that make sense? If you can keep your expenses where they are and just get extra money to apply to the debt, you'll end up better. Again, that extra $1,000 actually translates to $12,000 per year. So if you had $12,000 worth of debt and you needed to make about $1,000 a month, you could probably do that. Number 2, you can use what's called the debt avalanche method. You list all your debt, highest interest rate to lowest interest rate, pay the minimum on everything, and then every extra dollar you have, you pay on the high interest debt. That works because mathematically you save yourself money, and usually you get out of debt the fastest. Usually. You would use that for high interest debt, credit cards, personal loans, stuff like that. The other thing, it's something that y'all might not want to do, sell assets. Simplify your life. Move to a smaller house, move to a cheaper apartment, move to a cheaper suburb. A lot of people carry debt while they own stuff they don't use. Cars, collectibles, electronics, recreational vehicle, motorcycles, anything luxury. Some of them purses y'all got, some of them never full Louis Vuitton purses that cost $3,000. Unused subscriptions, cancel them. Oh, you can use all that extra money and pay off debt. It's a one-time infusion of cash. You can eliminate stuff quickly and just stop years of monthly payments and paying stuff off. So would you rather own the item or own your financial freedom? That's the question you would have to ask. Now, Curly Q said cheaper apartments are hard to find in this economy. For real. They are. So you might want to consider getting, hate to say it, a roommate. I'm just saying. Preferably not a family member. So if you throw them out, right, make sure you have a lease written up and all that. Go talk to the folks that can help you write leases. Usually your local law school will have a legal clinic or will be able to point you towards where you can go to get information on how to write a contract if you want to have a roommate. I'm just saying. So the fastest debt elimination strategies all share the same thing, right? You have to increase your cash flow. You got to make more money. How you do it, it's kind of up to you. You want to reduce your interest costs and you want to make large principal payments. So sometimes you have to ask the company, if I pay this, are you going to apply this to the interest or the debt? You need to know that up front, because otherwise they may surprise you and you pay on it and they pay what they want to pay first, not what you want to pay first. I had one place do that with me. And they made me so mad. I gathered up enough money and paid it off. And they didn't make any more interest off me. But sometimes that's what you got to do. Now, remember in the YouTube chat, what would you do with your extra cash flow? 30% said travel. 30% said invest. 40% said save. Now, I expected that to change. The reason I expected it to change, and one of the reasons I put the poll in at the beginning, is because every time we say, oh no, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna travel, we always want to spend it again, which makes no sense. The whole point of it is for you to get out of debt and have some breathing room. You can't have breathing room if you spend the extra money that you had on travel and now you're broke again. Make sense? Jasmine said, roommate? I know, I'm just saying. So what are some alternative things you can do? Well, you got what's called the debt snowball method. You can pay your debt from the smallest balance. And when you get, let me give an example. You don't go by interest rate, you go by the amount you owe. So let's say, let's go with a car being the biggest one, like $20,000 down to your credit card at about $4,000. You work like a fool and you pay off the credit card first. You take that extra money, you went and got a second job, and at $4,000, and you make an extra, I'm just making up numbers, and you make an extra $1,000 a month, you would then be able to pay off that card in 4 months. After 4 months, you take that same $1,000 you were using a month and add it to the next minimum payment you were making, and then add that, and you pay off a $5,000 personal loan. When you're done paying that, you take all that extra money and pay it on the next one and keep paying the minimum and the extra. You keep going and going and going, and it rolls like a snowball until you're done. Now, the advantage to that is it gives you a psychological win. When you feel like I paid that off, I feel good about it. The bad part about it is that usually it costs more in interest than if you do the avalanche method. So it's just something to look at. There's also debt consolidation. You combine multiple debts into one lower interest rate. It makes the payment simpler, but it doesn't really solve the problem unless you change your habits. So debt consolidation can work, but you have to be very, 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 very attentive to your habits, because if you haven't changed the habit of spending, you'll just go right back in debt. And then there's bankruptcy. We talked about that yesterday, the severe financial hardship. I mean, when there's no way out, you might have had a death in the family, you're not working, the kids are in elementary, and there's just no way out. If it's that overwhelming, it can eliminate overwhelming debt. That's the advantage. The disadvantage, significant credit and financial consequences, because once it's on your record, it stays there from 7 or 10 years, depending on the type that you do, and it can really, really, really cause some issues. Let me check this YouTube chat. Todd said, in the end, it's just stuff. Yeah, but Todd, sometimes that stuff can make your life a little more pleasant and make life a little easier. So that's just me. Jasmine, she's still stuck on roommates. She's like, Sir John said, go thrifting for a while for a lot of stuff to narrow down expenses you have that can be categorized as wants versus needs, whether you're in debt or not. I'll be talking about that. I'll be talking about that very thing. So when you budget, you got to really look at your wants and your needs. You really need to look at whether or not you are going to pay for some things that you want. Do you really want those shoes, or do you really want, something that, do you really need it? Probably not. Probably not. But there are some things that I like. There's some things that I look and I go, I want that. Like, I have a weakness for sweaters. I admit that wholeheartedly. I love sweaters, but I'm just saying that, well, sweaters are not a good thing, especially when it's wintertime. I mean, summertime, but that's when I buy them. I buy them when it's summer. I buy them when they're on sale, and they're just sitting there calling my name. I'm just saying. I'm just calling my name. Let me go back and check the poll. There's a poll in the YouTube chat. What would you do with your extra cash flow? Still at the same. 30% said travel. 30% said invest. 40% said save. And 0 said donate. I would think that the one thing that you would do, the one thing that you would want to do is donate and invest. That's just me. Those are the two I would pick. But as they say, do you? I'm just saying. When we come back, guess we're going to do the top 5. They'll be coming up next. Thanks for hanging out. I want to say thanks for being here. Again, Dr. Ken Harris, Dr. Ken's Truth. Our topic is growth to legacy, getting rid of debt, getting rid of all those things. Tomorrow, we're going to be jumping on budgeting. How do you budget? And later in the week, we're going to look at cars and how to get a car, how to buy a car, how banks work, stuff like that. Things that we should know, but we actually don't know. So, all right, let's dive into top 5. We're going to see what's going on today.
Number 5.
Well, it looks like from JS Online, Milwaukee residents can now, let me make this bigger so you all can see it if you're watching. Milwaukee residents can now rake leaves into the street for collection between October 1st and November 15th. Previous plan to require bagged leaf pickup was reversed after objections from council members. I guess they kind of came to their right mind and actually did something that was actually good for us, I guess. I don't know. But then again, there's another story I want to show you. It's another stupid is as stupid does.
Number 4.
Well, this from CBS 58. A Racine man, Racine County, Harry Waite, was sentenced to 3 years today. He was found guilty in March of 3 counts of related to election fraud in Racine County. Jury found his name is Waite, W-A-I-T, guilty. 2 misdemeanors, election fraud, and 1 felony count of identity theft against Racine Mayor Corey Mason. He was acquitted of felony identity theft count related to Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. Now get this. This is why stupid is as stupid does. Waite had admitted to requesting absentee ballots using the identities of both Robin Vos and Corey Mason, saying he did so to expose vulnerabilities in the system and to save the republic. Yeah. That didn't make any sense, but I guess he forgot to save himself. Well, in this next one, a picture can be worth 1,000 words.
Number 3.
So the issue I'm having is we keep talking about this Packers running back, Josh Jacobs. They had organized team activities today, a week after his arrest, and he's there. WISN.com had a picture of him in his uniform. It's now since changed because they put the video up. They had a picture of him with his head down. And it looked like he was guilty. So other than a story that talks about players, why would you pick the one picture of him not with his head up, but with his head down as if he did something wrong? And that's one of the issues I have with journalism and media today is they tend to try to manipulate. No, let me rephrase that. Yeah, I'll say try. They try to manipulate you and make you think something without really telling you. Does that make sense? And so you got a picture of a black man. Now you got his mug shot. Like, what is that? Why do we do that? Well, not we, they. I think they do that because they're trying to steer you in a particular direction. There are just some things you shouldn't do. We know it. Let him have a jury of his peers. And if they find him guilty or not guilty, it is what it is. Now, this next story, well, I take it as another reason to stay out of the strip club.
Number 2.
So Fox 6 Now has a story. The city of Franklin is expecting to renew license for a local strip club that's linked to sex trafficking. Back in December, 4 men with ties to a Franklin strip club were charged. in connection to human trafficking. Not across the state, but across the country. It's a place called On the Border Gentlemen's Club, and it's charged with keeping a place of prostitution. Prosecutors allege women were forced to have sex for money at the club, and Hopkins received a portion of the proceeds. Now, the investigation began after federal authorities received information about prostitution going on, drug dealing, federal loan fraud tied to an apartment on Michigan Avenue. Prosecutors allege nearly $1 million were there, and that tip launched a years-long probe that involved the FBI, and eventually they caught them. So, what's the motto of the story? Stay out the strip club. I'm just saying. And now for the final one. Bad decisions make bad results.
Number 1.
I don't know if you heard about it. This from WISN 12. Video obtained by WISN 12 News. Let me make that bigger. Video obtained by WISN 12 News shows a teenager jumping on top of a Milwaukee police squad. Police said the 15-year-old, yeah, I said 15-year-old, damaged the squad car. Officers arrested and cited him for disorderly conduct. Person who didn't want to be identified said it just looked like complete chaos, like it was just so many kids here. It doesn't look like it was any supervision. And really, probably the only time it got really sorted was when the police came. Happened at Carmen Playfield near 73rd and Carmen. Milwaukee police said the officers responded to the park for a report of someone with a weapon. Responding officers then found several people arguing, making threats, and they saw people pistol whipping. They had guns, they had tasers. These kids, they're on a whole other level. That's what Jamari Blue said. Me personally, I don't go to parks anymore. I don't go hang out anymore. I don't swing through anymore because you never, ever know what's going to happen. So that's just me. Let me get back to my chat before I get out of here. Todd said he got his Levi's at Goodwill. That's not a bad place to shop. Do you donate clothes to Goodwill? I do. Jasmine said I'm a foodie. Had to slow it down. Not really. A city girl said extra cash flow means that I get to travel. All my bills are paid, debt is paid, and I have a savings. I'll be going to see the world. But do you have investments? Do you have something you can leave to somebody or to an organization? I don't know. Ty said, damn, Curly Q, trap phone went out again. Yeah. She said it went out. It bit the dust. Sincere said, absolutely, the press is biased and colorblind. That's a whole other thing. That's another topic we need to toss around too, being colorblind. Had this conversation with a woman. She said she's colorblind. I don't see color. I thought that was kind of weird, but anyway. Curly Q said, I donate to St. Vincent de Paul. Jasmine said, repairs of the breach. Okay, look at y'all. Do you give any money? I'm just, because I got a store, Dr. Ken's Truth Swag, if you want to buy a cup or support a brother. I'm just saying. So I want to say thank you for being here today. I appreciate all that you all have supported. Curly Q said, you didn't say anything about a trap phone, so I don't get the reference. Well, who said something about the trap phone? I saw somebody in here said their trap phone went out again. Was it Curly Q? Who was it? Come on, y'all can tell on them. Somebody said something about a trap phone. Well, sorry, Curly Q. I'm sorry. So I'm going to end my poll. And right now, what would you do with your extra cash flow? Well, we know what a certain person and not really a city girl chose. Travel. 42% said save. 33% said invest. 25% travel and 0 to donate. Y'all don't love people? Help your fellow man? It's terrible. Curlicue said, I bought a mug waiting on it to arrive now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sir Chan said, if you like to go to a highly peaceful, relatively brand new, beautiful park, then swing by Firefly Grove. Where's Firefly Grove? I don't know what that is. Todd said it and put my name on it for some reason. Oh, wait a minute. Should I go grab it? No, I'm not going to grab it. I'll show it tomorrow. I got my mug. I ordered myself a mug to see how it would look. So, it looks great. So, I think it looks great. All right, Curlicue, you have a good night. Todd said, yesterday, no worries. It was just my personality. You better quit. You're going to get hollered at and beat up. Be careful. Hey, I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for just being my friend. And I will see you on tomorrow. We're going to talk about budgeting. So y'all got budgeting questions? Send them to me. Let me see. Sir John said it's 1 block away from the Wauwatosa Police Department. Okay, I'll go check it out. Send me your questions, drkenstruth@gmail.com about budgeting. I mean the real questions you have about budgeting. I won't say your name. I'll keep your name off of it unless you say it's okay to say my name. But I will keep your name off of it, and I will try to answer some of those questions about how to make a budget and what goes in your budget and all that stuff. Jasmine said we're gonna need some Dr. Ken sweaters. I would have to design a sweater then. I don't know if I'm doing that. I don't know if I'm gonna design a sweater. But I'll check. I'll see what's in the product catalog and see what we could do. That would be weird. Wouldn't that be weird? A sweater? All right. Hey, Mal, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's been fun. It's been, about a week and a half. And I've been having a pretty good time. You been having a good time? I've been having a good time. I think it's okay. All right. I don't know what that means, SE. Where you come from, SE? Have a nice evening. Who Quanta talking to with your stupid on it? Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That's another idea for a cup. Stupid. Okay. Now, should it make a statement? You're stupid, or I'm stupid, or I'm with stupid, or I know what it should say. Mushroom coffee is stupid. Okay, I got it. All right. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate everybody hanging in. Email me some ideas for cups and hats and shirts and all those things. All right. Hey, God bless. Take care. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be nice. All right. Don't be out there causing trouble. I'm serious. Don't cause trouble.
Quiet.
All right. Okay. Pick your head. I'm out.